Hey, what's up, good peoples? What's going on? Welcome to episode 38. What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? Listen, I apologize for being late. I have to blame it on my panel. So cuss them out when I bring them on because they the reason why we late. So by further ado, let's welcome the first lady of Bearded Man Chronicles to the show. What's up, Shay? What's going on with you?
Liar, liar, pants on fire. It was not us, okay? He was in hair and makeup.
Listen, she took all day, and then listen. I guess let me bring him on because this is the real reason why we late. Everybody, let's welcome Shad to the show. What's going on, man?
What's up, everybody? No, we are late because you were trimming your hair. That's what was
hair and
on.
makeup.
So listen, see, they always want to blame it on me. What's going on, good peoples? Don't forget if you're on Facebook, don't forget to share this, please.
It's not showing up on Facebook again.
It's not okay.
No. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's not showing up again. So I just wanted to let you know that ahead of time.
Okay, give me one quick second. Real quick, y'all. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We log on early and we still okay, I can see it.
Okay. I don't know why it's not coming to my phone.
All right, maybe you need to go to your page and then refresh it like that.
Okay, I will.
All right. What's up, good peoples? What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More importantly, hit that bell so that you guys are notified with new content. So, Shad, you're new to the show. So one of the things I do before I actually go into today's topic, I open up with an icebreaker. And so nobody ever knows what I'm about to ask. So this is the icebreaker question that I have for you guys. Okay. Your rap name is Little plus the last thing you paid for. So say if the last thing you paid for was a mop, your rap name would be Little Mop. So for me, the last purchase that I bought was a vacuum cleaner, a vacuum. So my rap name would be Little Vacuum. What's the last thing you Shay that you purchased? And
a Little Mirror.
Yep, that's a rap name, Little Mirror.
I actually like that. I like that.
What about you, Shay? That's the last thing you bought. It could be a burger. It can be some fries.
It was definitely food. So I am a little burrito. But the burrito was not little at all.
Little Mirror and Little Vacuum. That's our stage name. All right, y'all. So listen. So we are actually going to go in today's content. So we're talking about emotional intelligence, right? So with emotional intelligence, in case you guys don't know what it is, it's the ability to identify and manage one's own emotions as well as other people's emotions as well. And the 5 here, we have social skills, motivation, empathy, self-regulation, and self-awareness. So first, I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to start with the guest, Shad. Out of all 5 of these, which one would be your strongest? And which one would be your weakness you think you need to work on as far as EI?
Well, apparently my dog wants to participate. I would say my strongest would be empathy. And pop that back up for me so I can see it again. And my weakness would probably be self-awareness.
Okay. We're gonna come back here to dive in as to why. Shay, which ones do you identify? What would be your strongest and what would be your weakness?
My self-awareness would be strong. My empathy would be strong. My motivation.
One. No, we need one good one and one you need to work on.
So my best one would probably be my self-awareness. I'm very aware of my emotions and how they impact other people.
Mm-hmm.
My weakness would probably be social skills, maybe. I mean, I think I'm pretty good at all of them, but if I had to pick one, I would say social skills.
Okay. Let's see. For me, I think when it comes to I think I would. I don't know. I think my strongest will be motivation. I think when it comes to motivating and empowering people, I think I'm good in that. That would be my strength. I think my weakness would be maybe self awareness too. I mean, because people always say certain things, and like you're aware, but you're not aware. So let's take self awareness and let's kind of unpack that. Let's kind of dive into that. When you think of self awareness, why would you say that that's more of something you need to work on? Oh no, you said social skills for you. Why is self awareness more of a strength to you, Shay?
Like I said, that the definition, let me read it first. It says the ability to recognize your own emotions,
Hmm.
strengths, and limitations and
Hmm.
their impact on others around you.
Yeah.
So I recognize my emotions. As you know, I facilitate a class about these things at work. So I think I'm well diverse in my emotions, how they affect other people. And I try my best to manage those to the best of my ability. When I see someone getting upset or agitated or irritated, I know how to kind of calm the storm down and redirect those emotions into something else. So I think that that's one of my strengths.
What about you, Shad? How do
We're
you
talking about
identify with? Yeah, like how do you identify with self awareness? You think? How do you feel like on a level? Do you think you're confident with that, or it's an area you think you should work on, or what?
I think it's an area I should work on. So, just being in relationships, have being married before, I've been told that sometimes I can be emotionally unavailable, and that's something I want to work on.
Right.
I know sometimes um, I don't even say sometimes, all the time. I will avoid an argument. I don't like to argue. I don't mind a conversation, but I don't want the argument to turn into a fight. So my last relationship slash marriage, we were together for a total of 10 years. We never fought, never had a fight. We never had an intense argument, but there were some intense conversations. But I think that sometimes it's very important for me to take other people's feelings into consideration and also understand the way that I act, like my behavior, how it affects other people. And I just think it's something I need to work on.
Okay. Same here. I've been with people and they've told me that I had someone tell me that they love me, but they they didn't feel emotionally safe. I didn't know what that entails. I'm like, what do you mean? They say I'm emotionally not available, and I'm like, I am. And sometimes we can think we are one way, in actuality that we're not. And it took for me to be with someone that was not emotionally available for me to understand, oh, this is what they meant. You know what I mean? So sometimes I think to me, self awareness is important because we can all tell people what they should do, how they should do it. But as it relates to ourselves, we never really fully 100%. Um, I don't want to say we sometimes figure like we're always right, but sometimes we don't see the flaws that we make. That's why I turn to trusted people and say, hey, how do you think I do in this area? Notice I said trusted people, not just somebody that's going to say, oh, yeah, I know. I want somebody that's I know, genuinely going to tell me the right answer. And it's not going to be malicious behind it. And that's something I'm working on, trying to be more emotionally available. And I also too, I believe that has something to do with past experiences, bad experiences. Do you guys kind of agree with that? Like I feel like prior experiences, I oftentimes feel like, just this whole dating. A lot of people are, I think, I don't want to say everybody, so you correct me, Shay. because we have these talks a lot. I feel like everybody is emotionally unavailable because of what whomever did to them in the past. So now you have to pay for it. What's your perspective on that? Just dating everyone,
That's good.
I wouldn't say people
dating
are.
people.
I wouldn't say people are emotionally unavailable. I think people have become numb to people. To me, like they have become numb to the reality that there are people out here that aren't cheaters, that aren't liars. They believe that they've grouped everybody in this same group. So I forgot what show I was watching, and they were saying one of the girls was like, she would cheat because she was so used to men cheating that she wanted to have one up on them. So she wanted to make sure that she protected herself. So that's why I was watching Tasha K and that girl that had slept with more than 1,000 men. And she said that
She slept with over three. She said 3,000 men.
oh, okay. And she said that, and they was asking her why did she sleep with all those men, and she was basically saying that men were basically cheaters. So she was like, she wasn't going to waste her time with trying to get into a relationship with them. She could just sleep with them, get the money, and keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, she felt vulnerable. She didn't want to be vulnerable and allow them to cheat on her or misuse her. So I think society has gotten into this place where they believe that pretty much everybody is cheaters. And it was crazy. So I wouldn't
That
say
is
they're
very
emotional.
interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But so let me ask you this. What is that when, like, I think, Shad, you said this. You was told that you are emotionless. I don't want to put words.
Emotionally unavailable.
Yeah, emotionally unavailable. What this emotionally unavailable? Is it the fact that people are used to I'm gonna just say this. Some people are used to drama, right? And then when you don't respond to them, because some people that's their response, that's their method of communication. When you don't respond, I think oftentimes the way they want you to, then they deem you as emotionally unavailable. What is emotionally available? What is emotionally available? I consider being vulnerable, being able to talk about good and bad. Like for me,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important. I know in a relationship or friendship or situationship or any ship that you have, there's we're not gonna always see eye to eye. And it's okay to have a debacle. It's okay to have a disagreement, but you can have a healthy disagreement. You ain't gotta be motherfucker, fuck you, get your shit. You know, it don't have to be like that. But it can be, I mean, if you raise your voice or something and I go into one room, you go into the next room until we calm down and talk, that's okay. But I think not talking about things set yourself up for, I think set people up for failure. Because a lot of people, like you said, Shad, a lot of people when it gets to the point where when they think it's going to be like a heated argument, they kind of like shy away from that, which is not good because you don't fully 100% express yourself.
So it says
That's true.
emotionally available people tend to be able to do the following: experience your own feelings to the fullest, share these feelings with another person, and allow them to witness your internal experiences so you can connect deeply with them. Open your heart even when there is a chance of disappointment. So that's what
Mm.
emotionally available looks like.
Yeah,
So the
so
question: are both of you emotionally available?
I believe I am to a certain
Why?
extent. So I'm well. First, I'm a very private person, and
Mhm.
I'm also an introvert. Um, Sometimes I just don't want to share, and I don't always want to share when a person wants to talk to me. That's not always the case. So if
Are
you're
you a
coming to
Gemini?
me, no, I'm a Taurus.
He's a bull. He's a bull. Tauruses are bullheaded and
You close
stubborn.
to me. I'm an Aries. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so sometimes I think people in relationships, marriages, or whatever, they need to understand your partner. You need to understand your partner when they say like, I don't feel like talking right now. Like, give them some space. Let them give them some time. But see, my problem was slash is I would take all the time, and I wouldn't circle
Mm.
back around to actually having the conversation, and that became a
Slash
bad
is-
habit.
Yeah, I agree. Like for me, being I would have to say it depends on the energy that that I'm receiving. I think if I'm with someone that I have to put a wall up, I'm going to most definitely be emotionally unavailable, because then at that point you kind of like afraid to invest your feelings in something. It's almost like, somebody come with this grand scheme, this like crypto. I'm gonna just say crypto. So if you do crypto, I'm not offending you. But someone say, hey, if you put $10,000 in this, you can get $50,000. Well, guess what? I don't know that much about that, so I'm gonna be very meticulous and maniacal about where I'm gonna put my money at. So same thing with my feelings. My emotions is based on what I receive from the person. Some people make you feel safe, and some people make you feel unsafe. So I think in that case, I'm both. I'm neither emotionally available or unavailable. It just depends on that situation. Do you think you're emotionally available?
I'm
Okay.
very emotionally available. Yeah.
How so?
Because currently I'm in a relationship with someone who I want to experience the full me, and I want to experience the full her. So I know that I don't think I've ever been emotionally unavailable. I don't. I think love is real. I believe in a fairy tale world, and a fairy tale, a whole new world, a dazzling place, a carpet ride, Beauty and the Beast. I believe in all of that. And although I have been hurt, that was a good part of the at the end when it said, even if you take the chances of being disappointed, that's what emotionally available looks like. And I think that, with me, I'm emotionally available because even if it's an opportunity that it could fail, I do believe that love still lives. So I'm emotionally available. I love love. Okay.
I
I
love
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 too.
too. I love
Yeah.
hard.
I do too, but I think for me, it's both of you guys know me. I'm an extrovert. Well, I would like to say I'm an ambivert, which is a both mix between introvert and extrovert. I can
I've
be
never heard
introvert.
that.
It's
I've never
Yep,
heard
pull it
that, but
up.
I'm just gonna let you know. I'm gonna
Listen,
let it roll. I'm gonna let it slide.
Ambivert.
I ain't even mad about the ambivert. I'm mad about I'm not mad, but I'm confused that he even said this because
You don't think
I've
I'm an
been
introvert?
looking for over 10 years. And when I tell you there is no am or vert that I've ever seen in my life,
You don't think I'm an introvert at times?
boy, bye.
See,
No,
listen, I like to
no.
be
I don't think
alone
so
at
either.
times. Listen, so if I can plan parties every day, I would absolutely have some type of event every day. I like the I like meeting people. I like meeting new people. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be like romantic. It can be anybody off the street. I just like meeting people. But there's times where I like to be to myself and I don't want to be
So
bothered.
that doesn't make you an ambivert. I love people. I like to be
Mhm.
around people, but I like to stay in the country. That doesn't make me an introvert. That means that I don't like people when I'm ready to chill and be with my family. I like to be where it's woods and you got
Okay.
deers and it's no grass and it's dirt roads. I
Is
like
that why
that
you?
type
Is
of
that why you
living.
live in the hills?
Yes.
I got you.
Because I love being away from people. I love the not the farmy life, but the rural life. I like to be where it's a million woods. When I walk out on my porch, I don't see any people. I don't want any neighbors. I literally just want to be in the woods. However, I love people. It doesn't make me an introvert. I'm
Okay.
still an extrovert.
Okay.
You're extrovert.
Okay.
However, you like to be by yourself sometimes. That's normal.
Okay. So it's not an ambivert. All right,
You
Shad,
are
you're just a
not an
true
introvert.
introvert.
You know what?
um,
I think I am an introvert. I really do. But I
yeah, you're
love
not
people. I love going out. But most of the time, I'm like, let me just chill in the house by
okay.
myself.
Right. Okay. Let's go to one of the ones. This one of the five. We talked about self-awareness. Let's talk about empathy. In the case people don't know what empathy is, able to identify and understand others emotion, people's emotions outside of yours. On a scale 1 to 10, Shay, how do you rank your empathy?
10.
Ooh, that's okay. Explain,
I'm
elaborate.
very empathetic. I remember this was just recently. I don't even know if I told you. I may have. I remember I go to this Starbucks every morning off of 13 Mile in Woodward. I pass the Starbucks every day. And I go to the Starbucks and I seen this homeless lady. I don't know if it was because she reminded me of my mom or if it was just because she was there. However, I seen her like 3 times and I was like, the next time I see her, I'm going to ask her, is she homeless, get her story and go to work so that I can find her somewhere to live and get her a job. And one day I was getting ready to turn down another street because I don't know, I just didn't want to take that way. And God told me to go the way that I normally go. And I seen this lady again because I hadn't seen her for like weeks. And I seen her again and I got out of my car. I gave her $50. I told her I wanted her to come work at our job. I got her number. I wanted to get her hooked up with the homeless shelter so I could get her somewhere to live at. And I'm always like that. When I see people at work that I see and they look like they may not have food or whatever, because not only do I have empathy, I'm humble. I know where I've been. I don't know where I'm going. Because I'm in a good place now doesn't mean I'm going to be in a good place tomorrow. So that's what makes me able to be empathetic with people, because I too have been in a place where I didn't tell you and my family that I was living in a motel, that I didn't have food, that I was eating off the dollar menu with my son. But I realized, that you can be in a good place today, but you can be in a worse place tomorrow. You don't know where you're going. That's why I say don't knock down the bridge that you cross, because you never know. You might have to go back across it. So that's what makes me empathetic, have empathy, and I'm very humble to my blessings that I have.
Okay, Shad. Now you said from a scale 1 to 10, how do you rank your level of empathy?
I will give myself a 9.
Okay, elaborate, please.
I'm humble as well, and I grew up in poverty.
Mm-hmm.
I am the epitome of started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
Yeah, because you got all the money now.
It's all right. No, I truly am. I'm blessed, man.
Yes.
I've had situations where, like, I have my best friend. He I remember I was in this was after college, and I wasn't like without a job or anything, but sometimes you just kind of fall behind on your bills, making poor decisions, things like that. And I made a decision, because I was about to get put out of my place because I was getting behind on rent, just terrible decisions. Anyway, I told him about it. First thing he said was, "What are we going to do?" That meant so much to me because
I like
he
that.
could have easily said, "Oh, that's so sad," and left it at that, like most people do.
Yeah.
But for someone to like empathize, like I tell people all the time, it's okay to like feel sorry for somebody, but if there is a need and you can meet it, that's you're empathizing with that person. You're just like, oh, I see that this person is homeless. This person is hungry. Don't be like, oh, times are hard for everybody. I know it gets rough. Let's pray. You haven't done anything You just you're just showing sympathy. That's all. Y'all hear my dog?
Your
Mhm.
dog is not showing anybody empathy at this time.
He going hard. He's like, I want to talk. I want to see who that is. But yeah, I prefer to just meet a person where they are and truly, like, I can truly understand, like, especially when somebody says they're hungry. I've been there before. I
Mhm.
know that time ain't gonna help my hunger. The only thing that's really gonna help my hunger is food and money. That's it.
Mhm.
That's the only thing that's gonna help it.
I agree.
That's all I gotta say.
That was deep. I think, and you know, we're gonna be honest here. If I was to rate my empathy, I would have to say a 7. And I'm gonna say 7. Why I didn't grade myself at a higher scale, like a 10 or 9, like Shad, and because I am very empathetic. But I think for me, what I have trouble with is understanding. I don't understand certain things. I do believe that people have the ability to put themselves in certain situations that I don't understand. So sometimes things that's hard for me to understand, it's hard for me to empathize, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
If like, let me use an example. Say that your rent coming up, right? Well, guess what? You go on a trip to Vegas, knowing your rent is coming up. Had a phenomenal time in Vegas. Well, guess what? I get a call saying, "Hey, they about to evict me." I'm like, "Well, why?" And then I think and say, we went on the Vegas trip." At that point, I can't not, even though that you are about to physically get removed from your home, which is have to be hard. I don't think I would be able to empathize because I don't understand why in the hell would you go on a trip knowing that you had bills due. And I think that's hard for me to even understand, and even in friendships or family and stuff like that, it's hard. It's not that I'm not empathetic, because I'm very empathetic, and emotions, I'm very in tune with my emotions. However, certain things I don't understand, and when I don't understand it, it takes me some time to be empathetic. Like Shay and I, sometimes we have conversations and talk. She say, sometimes you just hard. You be too hard. And sometimes I have to ask her, like, did I do this right? She's like, yeah, you did. You did. You did that one right. Because I do know at times that I can be like,
He can be an asshole.
don't say that. One thing that I have,
I've experienced that before.
listen, it's not, listen, one thing that I have the ability, and I even talked to my sister about this. I have ability to stop talking to people. I can love deeply, and once I stop talking to them, it's just that. Like, and my sister and even Shay said, like, that's not how you should be. But like you said, Shad, there's that button. I feel like it's a dial that says feelings, emotionally available to emotionally unavailable, and it's like simply you turn that to the unavailable, and I'm able to do that. Is that right? No, I think what happens is you try. It's a defense mechanism. Let's just put it there. I think everybody have a defense mechanism. Nobody, at the end of the day, nobody want to get hurt. You know what I mean? No,
I think you have legit reasons why you are the way you are. However, just like our conversation earlier today, I think you have your way of what you think is good. I may have my way of what I think is good, but you're quick to cut somebody off. You're very, very quick to cut somebody off. And I'd be like, life isn't that simple. It's not
yeah,
that cut and dry. People, what they say, common sense ain't common to everybody.
yeah,
Some people may think
Definitely.
that, in their head, they say, who says next week I'm gonna be living? So I'm gonna get ready to go to this Bahamas trip, and I know I ain't paid my rent, and I know it's due, but who's to say I'm gonna live to next year? So I'm gonna enjoy life while I got it. You like, I'm paying my rent whether I'm dead or not. I'm gonna pay my rent.
You already know.
Whoever want to come in here and live for the next 25 days, they want to do so. You know what I'm
It's gonna
saying?
get paid.
I'm all
Right.
about
So
business.
I think that we all look at it different, and you have to remember that, you know, everybody wasn't as educated or knowledgeable of credit, of responsibility, of making sure you take care of your bills first before you have pleasure. Everyone wasn't taught that way. Some people grew up with no lights. They grew up with no food, and their mama was fly. That's what they grew up with. They grew up with Jordans and running an extension cord through their neighbor's house to get electricity. That's what they grew up with. They grew up eating at school only and no food at home, but they was fried and fresh to death. That's what they grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the behavior that they have as adults, that I'm going to give you this appearance, but my house is in shambles. I'm laying on a mattress that's on the floor. I'm using a paper towel for tissue. I'm not washing my ass unless I'm going to somewhere to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting booty that night. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is what some of these people have seen their whole lives. Yeah. So what you may think is stupid, that's why I tell you, you can't always think that way.
I get it, but you know, a lot of things now is because I learned. You know what I mean? I've been on my own since 19, right? Has it always been easy? No. But you learn from certain things, but I manage. You know what I mean? I managed to always make it happen. Well, now I'm in a better position, but even before, especially if you have somebody say, hey, don't do this, you should do this, I listen. You know, I listen. Like, it took trial and error, of course. You know what I mean? Like I told you, I'm a person, I'm an open book. You know, I filed bankruptcy before, you know what I mean? And it helped me. You know, it helped me. You know, I didn't grow up in a household like somebody said, hey, you have to have credit. You know, mine was, hey, go to school, get a good job, move out, maybe get married or something like that. Nothing about credit.
Most Black households.
Yeah. So I didn't know about that. So I actually learned that through friends, people I was dating. Like, that's how I learned that. And, you know, now, you know, I'm at a much better situation, which it's just hard for me to understand some moves and things that people do. And so that's when it comes to empathy. But I think empathy is an amazing trait. It's amazing to have, because sometimes you have to understand, like for me, love. I just, if somebody dogging you out, I just don't understand why people stay in a situation.
Kevin, that is a story that you can't tell, and nobody can, because it's different. It's a different book for everybody. Love is a different story, and your story ain't my story, and my story ain't his story. So you can't ask why someone who's in an abusive relationship stays with someone, because what makes you leave a person won't make me leave a person. And what I may say is stupid that you staying, you may say makes sense that you staying. That's why love is such a tricky position to be in, because you do stupid shit for love. And that's just what it is.
Love is love is like putting on sunglasses that you can't see out of. It's just like you're completely blind to everything that's going on. And sometimes you're just like, I'm someone I don't care what they do. They cheat, I don't care.
That's because they emotionally too damn available.
And he pisses me off because he says that what you tell me all the time, you don't know your value, or you don't know your.
No, I get upset with certain people, and I feel like when they're in situations that they shouldn't be in, they don't know their worth and they don't know their value. Shay and I always disagree with that, because I feel like if you know your worth, if you know who you are, you wouldn't accept the things that you do.
But it has nothing to do with you knowing your value or your worth. When you love someone, love cripples you. It's It's like a person who breaks their leg and they take the cast off. In their head,
No.
they've had that cast on for so long, the doctors is telling them, you can walk on this leg. But because they have been handicapped, they believe that that leg is not strong enough to walk on. So they keep limping, not knowing that you can actually walk on this leg. Love is the same thing.
I agree with you 100%. So I have a like I told you guys, I grew up in poverty. Once I hit that mark and got over the hump of making six figures, I still had the poverty mindset.
Poverty mind, yeah.
I experienced payment shock buying everything. Like I look at a pair of shoes, I'm like, I really want this pair of shoes. It's only $100, and I'm just like, whew. And I'm not cheap by any means.
You are cheap.
But I'm like, I really want these shoes. But in the back of my mind, I'm just all these bills and these little purchases are adding up, and I'm just like, Lord, I don't want to go broke again. I never want to be broke another day in my life. But I have to remind myself,
you're not going broke, Shad.
You're not your old self. You're not in your old situation. Mm-hmm. This is something new. And your past doesn't really determine what your present is. Because a lot of times when people are in relationships, they're doing all these things based on their past experiences. Like they don't ever heal. Like we were talking about people, how they've been cheated on and they think everybody cheats. Well, it's not that everybody cheats. It's just that you've been cheated on a lot of times. And now you've been conditioned to think that everybody cheats. And that's not everybody's story. Like, it's just not true. So everybody doesn't cheat.
I agree. But so at that point, I feel like if you think that, you're not ready to date then.
False.
But, oh, God.
I disagree, false. Kevin.
It's false. That is
Can somebody jump in the comments or jump in the box because I feel attacked.
Well, you're going to get attacked because...
Go ahead, Shay. I'm just talking. Yeah, I know. I'm just talking.
My dog want to talk. I got to talk to him.
I don't believe because someone is apprehensive about dating doesn't mean that they're not ready and they haven't healed. To me, I hear a lot of people who say their heart is guarded. And it's a difference with being guarded and being cautious. When you guard something, you keep something out. You don't even allow it to penetrate you. But when you're cautious, you move at a slower speed and you check your parameters and you check your back and you want to make sure that when you move, you strategic about your move. Mm-hmm. Because a person says, I'm cautious about my love, doesn't mean that I don't want to drive. It just means that I'm going to stop at every corner, even if it don't have a stop sign, because I want to make sure that I don't get hit.
I agree.
So to be guarded is to say, I'm going to stay home and I'm going to Uber everything to my house because I'm afraid to go outside because a car is going to hit me, whether it's a stop sign or not. So no, you are absolutely wrong when it comes to a person that's cautious shouldn't date. Absolutely.
It's not.
I agree, Shay.
Go ahead, Shaq.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm recently divorced, and my ex-husband told me that he wasn't married. He wasn't ready to be married. Now, my thought is, no one is ever ready to get married. There's no manual on marriage. Like every single marriage is totally different. Like every situation is different. Every relationship is different. Like I cannot tell Shay, well, this is what you should do when you start this relationship. She's doomed from the beginning. She's listening to me because I don't know anything about her partner. So there's no like cookie cutter way of doing relationships. It's like not. Some people, they might need to guard their heart. That is just something that they hold near and dear to themselves. they've been damaged, and that's their way of beginning the healing process. And sometimes that's what needs to take place. Now, I will say that sometimes people need to take a little bit longer before they enter into these relationships, because some people just jump right
Most
into them,
definitely.
and especially in
Yes.
the LGBT community, we are quick to
Don't
move
put
in
us
with.
in that because it's everybody. I done seen some straight people
I said
that got married.
especially. I said especially.
I think it's everybody. I think it's everybody.
It
So
could be everybody, but
Jerome
I'm
Davis
talking about
said,
what I can relate to.
right. Jerome said love will make you do things you never thought you would do.
Absolutely, Jerome.
But
Right?
you
But-
said something. You said something that I want to go back to. You said that it's okay for people to guard their hearts because that's their healing process. So
It's not.
I totally agree with that.
I totally disagree.
Wait, but when you guard your heart, that means that you haven't healed yet.
And you're not
Guarding
letting nobody
your heart
in.
and moving with caution is two different things.
Yes.
So if you are saying that I am guarding my heart, that you need to guard it by yourself, and once you heal, then when you are ready to move with caution, then you can get into the dating scene. But what I don't think people should do is guard their hearts and then be trying to date me. So what you doing is you
Right.
hold me accountable.
Yep.
I gotta chipper through all this damn armor you got on. I got to do all this extra shining and moving around and moving your helmet up and down to kiss you because you guarded. No,
baggage.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
And that's the thing. And that's why I say I disagree, because if you, I'm a new person. So I always give this analogy. When you move into a new place, right? That old key to the old place is not going to be able to open that new door. So when you open up that new place, you get new walls, new carpet, new everything, right? So at that point, if I'm meeting you and I'm the new place, but you still taking that old place mentality, it's not going to work. And that's what you experience a lot of times with people, and they make themselves emotionally unavailable, will make you unavailable because you already doomed, because they taken a lot of their past experience. And I'm one to say being cautious. I think everybody should just be cautious. And I don't like the word guarded, because guarded, like Shay said, you're not letting anybody in. I think move with caution. But a lot of people go on these things wanting you to be the person that's going to do anything. It's like, well, you got this damn wall Trump trying to build up. You got the damn wall already up. I ain't going to be able to get over here. And it's like it's not fair, and so it creates a unequal match, because I'm doomed from the beginning. Now I got to try to jump this wall. I got to try to figure. It's just no. I think people should be, once you emotionally available, that's when I think people should date. I think oftentimes people get out of things, and their way is, hey, I'm gonna feel better because it says in order lay under somebody is to get over somebody or something like that. And a lot of people
That's what he tried to let me do. I left
we're live. We're live, Shay. We're live.
I left my wife and moved out. He came and helped me move out. I mean, literally, we was like doing some criminal shit because she didn't even know I was leaving her. I waited till she went to work and I packed up all my shit and left. So all my friends were staged outside of my house. Once she pulled off and my other best friend followed her to the freeway, we literally came in there, took all my shit up out of the house and moved. It was literally, I did not put up one thing in my new place. He was telling me to go date somebody the same day.
Well, so as a friend, even though people say they want to, as a friend, I knew it wasn't going to work in the beginning. I knew it's somebody she shouldn't have dated. However, as a friend, what do? You support. I knew it wasn't going to work anyway. So when she said moving, I'm like, yay. Like, this shouldn't have happened anyway. You know what I mean? Just money wasted. But so that's why. But Had it been something serious and it just did not work, most definitely I wouldn't have done that. Like, she was actually married to herself. And it's sort of, but yeah, so I think in order to date, I think people need to be emotionally ready, emotionally available, because it's not new to the new person. They shouldn't have to endure what Samantha did, or what Johnny did. You shouldn't have to pay for what the prior people did. It's not
I
any fair.
agree.
It's not fair.
I agree.
Let's go on to the next one. Social skills. Social skills states effective at managing relationships that benefit everyone involved. Shay, you said you have social skills is one that you probably think that you need to work on. Why did you say that? What is
Read
something
that
about
again.
social skill?
Read that again.
Social skill says uh, effective at managing relationships that benefits everyone involved.
Um, because I can't manage everybody's emotions.
Well,
I
but
mean,
but I guess what it's saying, because it's an effective at managing relationships that
relation.
benefits everyone involved. So, yes, you need to work on that. So that's basically saying you with someone and maybe their people don't like you, but that those relationships you're trying to manage, you're managing everybody. Like,
I know I'm horrible at
eh,
that. Yeah, no. So I know I'm horrible. Obviously, from my experience with my ex girlfriend, with my current girlfriend, um, her family didn't really like me, and I didn't really give a shit. So I was just as much as rude to them as they was rude to me. So I wasn't trying to manage the relationship. I didn't care who the hell was what they thought. I said what I said and I meant what I said, and it was what it was. So I've gotten better, obviously, much, much better. But yeah, I'm not good at social skills at all. No.
what about you, Shad?
I would say that I am socially. I do have some communication issues, but managing social skills is not hard to me. I think that's pretty easy. I'm pretty strong in that area.
Yeah, I think same here for me. Managing social skills is a very easy trait for me because I am a social person. So I think, yeah, I think good, bad, and indifferent. Like, I'm the kind of person, if I know maybe somebody, if I'm in a group and it's not a person that maybe that's not fond of me, I'm still gonna make them talk. I'm gonna make them. I'm have my way of making them talk. So I'm a very social, like in settings, and I'm a chameleon. I can adapt to any social setting, situation, and stuff like that. So I think, as far as that, I think I'm pretty good with that. Let's the next one. Let's talk about motivation. It's saying being motivated consists of enjoying what you do, working toward achieving goals, and not being motivated by money or status. So let me read that again. Okay, all y'all money makers. This is being motivated consists of enjoying what you do, working toward achieving goals, and not being motivated by money or status. What's your perspective on that, Shad?
Mm.
Um, I think it's very important, especially just motivating yourself. Now, the status is not important to me. However, I'm a Christian. The Bible says money answers all things. Money will motivate you. Money will solve most of your problems, and that is just the bottom line. And people that disagree, that's fine. Um, I think it's very important to motivate yourself to be better in life, just to be a better person. Also, to want to or to desire to love what you do. For instance, I just started working in tech, and I do what is called experience design. So a huge part of my job is to empathize with people and to understand their needs and we design technology around their needs or improve technology around their needs. Now, I just naturally like helping people. So this is something that I really enjoy doing. So if I'm working on a project and somebody comes to me and they're just like, this sucks. Like I this is painful. I don't even like coming to work because of this. And I'm just like, haha, challenge. So that motivates me right there. That has nothing to do with the money. Like the money is great, but helping people is more important to me and my like true motivation, being able to see other people being successful in their work based on the things that I do. And I think that's cool. But another big one for me is giving like people peace of mind, like people around you, like you were talking about creating a safe space for people. I think that's a
Mm-hmm.
huge one.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of goes back to just like relationships, especially like intimate relationships, even friendships. You always want to feel safe. And when I think of peace of mind, I'm thinking like drama. I don't want any drama. Like some people thrive in it, but I don't want it at all. Like I don't need the hand clapping and you screaming at me and all that. Just give me peace. And I try to create an environment where everybody around me is just like, oh, Shad is so cool. Like he's level headed. You ain't gonna hear him yelling and cussing. Now I will cuss sometime because people be acting a fool. Sometimes you just got to go Detroit on them real quick. But I try to like create that environment where everybody just feels loved, they feel welcome, and they feel heard, and they just feel at peace when they're with me. That's something that I really enjoy.
I like that. I like how you eloquently said that last part because that's me. I feel like, I am the motivator, because you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And, I feel like, hey, one thing about me, I find the potential in people. And we was just having this conversation, my sister and I, and even Shay. People always say judgmental. I think for me, it may sound contradictory, but for me to be judgmental towards you is a good thing because what it says is that I know you can do much better. I know you better than your current state. So I'm judging you because you know damn well you should be doing better than what you do. And so it's frustrating to me that people are not living in their purposes. I hate that you can see a person's purpose, but they can't see their purpose. And it's frustrating because it's like, dang, I know you have to know with all to do whatever it is you need to do. I know this is a hurdle that you're going through, but jump over it and just live. And it's frustrating. So the motivation piece is easy. I'm always like, I think I am a motivator. It's like I have you thinking you can walk on water, but I hope you can swim. Because yeah, but yeah, when it comes to motivation, I think it's easy for me because I'm one of the ones that I brag about my circle and about my inner circle. Like if somebody say, "Hey, this," I can say, "Well, yeah, my friend such and such," or "I yes, we." I love that. I love encouraging people. I love talking about people that's doing well, and I think we need to do more uplifting. You know what I mean? I think we need to do more of that. Shay, what's your perspective on that motivation as it relates to the
Um,
emotion intelligence?
I know that, like I said, I'm pretty much a 10, pretty much at everything except for that social thing.
Hmm.
Um, but obviously, I just did a motivational class. My first class that I did was this past Monday at my job. I had to facilitate a leadership class, and it was called Daring Leadership. And one of the slides that I went over was A leader is anyone who takes the responsibility of finding the potential in someone and at best develops that potential.
Absolutely.
So, that is what a true leader is. And motivating individuals is like one of the things I love to do, because if you touch one person, you've touched a million. And it's important for us to motivate. For me, I really spend a lot of time trying to motivate African American women. We're the least supported, we're the least protected, and I really try to emphasize how we have to continue to protect ourselves emotionally, um, physically, socially, spiritually. Encouraging us to know that we are worthy, and motivating each other just to continue to motivate each other, because it's really needed in our community with our women and our men. So motivation is a big one for me.
Okay.
That's dope.
All right, let's go to the last but not least. What's up, good peoples? Listen, if you joined, please be sure to like, share, subscribe on YouTube. If you on Facebook, don't forget to share. For some reason, we can't see the comments, but we see
There's no
the.
Facebook at all.
Okay, we got to work on that, guys. We're gonna have our tech team look at that, but we see the numbers. We just can't see if you're commenting. I think we can see the comments from YouTube, but if you're on Facebook, we'll respond at a later time. We're not ignoring you guys, so thank you. So last but not least, so we talked about social skills. We talked about self-awareness, motivation, empathy. We're gonna talk about self-regulation, and what self-regulation states is that allows you to wisely manage your emotions and impulses.
Hmm.
So you think you're good with that? Managing your emotions and your impulses.
So I'm not nine. I'm not a 10 for sure. But I have gotten better when I find myself getting upset, um, or when I find myself getting to a place where I get agitated. I can tend to
Mhm.
pull myself out of that situation, be quiet, calm myself down, and enter back in that situation at a later time. I'm not gonna say at all the time I'm able to do that. My son takes me from a one to a million, so he's probably the only person that can take me like that. Other than that, I think I'm pretty good.
Share, what about yourself? Self-regulation.
Um, I used to have this job, and it was a nonprofit organization. It was probably the worst job I've ever had. However, it was also one of the best jobs I've ever had. So some people would say some things to me that would make me think like human beings should not behave like this. And at first, I would get so mad that I would just like get headaches. My I would get clammy. Um, my I would get goosebumps, and I'm just like, some ain't right. Some ain't right. So after a while, those things they just started happening over and over again. And I would be like, I would get an email from my director, and I'll be like, I would just read it, and I would just be like, "Thank you for your email. I need some time to think about this." Right? 3 4 days ago pass, and I'm just writing delete, and I'll be writing. I'll be like, "No, I can't say that. I can't say that." And I'll write again. I'm like, "No, I can't say that." And I'll send it to one of my friends. She'd be like, "Let me write this paragraph for you because you're going hard."
Yep, you shouldn't. Yep.
And then I would send an email, and my director would be like, "Who do you think you are?" And I'm like, first of all, I took my time to think about my reaction because I was about to go hard on you. But I took the professional route because I didn't want to be disrespectful. And I think thinking before you act is so
Important.
important
Not to be
Mhm.
impulsive.
because these impulse decisions, one, will get you fired,
Mhm.
especially if you're in a job.
How you calling unemployment?
Right. You in a relationship, you know,
Have you
something
broken
you
up?
say,
Mm-hmm.
you can end a really good relationship by saying the wrong thing. Like you could, your partner can do something and you'll be like, you don't ever, it's just like, whoa. I don't ever what? It's like, you didn't really think about that statement because you just said, I don't ever. That's
Yep.
something you really need to think about.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't do that. And I've been in situations before where somebody's just like, you never do this, you never do that. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, this person does not know who I am. They didn't think about it. They didn't think about all of the times that, I did this, I did that. But it's those situations where people, they're really not thinking about what they're saying before they say it. And I think that's very important. And some people just don't do it. They have no control over what they say and what they do. Like I've seen people that they just gotta respond. Everything does not warrant a response.
Mhm.
Like sometimes, like especially in relationships and marriages, it's like, okay, baby, that's fine. And that's it. That's it. That's all
It's
it
a,
takes sometimes.
picking and choosing your battles and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But now that I look at it and it says allow you to wisely manage your emotions and impulses, I'm horrible with that. I'm a very impulsive person. And I would send, if I'm upset, I would send an email. And hey, if I get called to the office, I'm gonna get called to the office. And even in relationships and ships, I sometimes you have to sit back, you have to relax and dissect because not everything warrants a response. So if you always impulsive, that's like impulsive buying. If you ain't got the money and you charging it before you know it, you got to max out all your damn cards. And I mean,
That what happened to me
what?
when I maxed out all my cards. I was impulsively bad.
Yeah, you still are.
Oh, Shay, I think we might be related.
I'm just gonna keep swiping it till they say, "Ma'am, that didn't go through." Try it again.
Navy Federal Credit Union will cut you off. They'll be like, "You're charging $1 on some candy." Nope, sorry.
Right. So that's me. I'm that's something I'm working on. I hate having to say something and then have to go back and retract and say, you know what, babe, I didn't mean it that way. I'm sorry. Well, you wouldn't have to apologize if you just what is it? Slow to listen, slow to
You
respond.
can't never get
quick,
it right because you don't do it.
what is it? Slow to what? It's slow to what?
Listen.
Respond.
No,
Slow
you said
to
right
listen.
the first time. Slow to listen
And quick to respond.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you take that, you'll be A-okay. And that's something I'm still working on. I'm trying to be slow to listen before I respond.
No. Yeah. What are you drinking?
Vodka. But so it says slow to listen, right? Or
are you like, what kind of vodka is it?
It's Cheetos.
So
listen, it said you told me
drinks.
No, listen, you said be slow to listen, right?
Well, okay.
What's up, Big Meech? What's up, Marcus? What's going on?
Oh my God.
Wait, before you go into that, hold on, okay. So Big Meech said, whenever we make blanket statements, we set ourselves up for argumentative communication. I have to 100% agree with you, man.
That's a nice hat you got on, Big Meech. And what you said, you're right.
Yeah. Marcus said, emotional intelligence is a great skill to have, also very challenging. He said, don't be slow to listen.
Thank you, Marcus.
So what? Is it fast to listen and slow to respond?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's probably why keep getting it wrong because I'm slowly listening. Okay, I get it now. It's a no-brainer now.
In other words, you need to be quick to listen. You should be ready to listen and slow to give off a response.
Yes.
Some stuff just don't warrant.
I agree.
Quiet.
That
I
takes a
agree, and
lot.
that's
Well, what do
something
I
that
tell you all the time?
you tell me to be. You tell me to be quick to listen.
I say be quiet. But you get yourself in trouble because you talk too much.
So,
She does.
Shay,
She
you
always say.
know Kevin very well. I see.
You will, okay?
She
I
always
mean,
say
like,
nope.
shut up.
Shay, we got to exchange phone numbers.
Yeah, yeah, I think because I'm a reactor. I believe for every action there's a reaction.
No, he's the person that listens to respond, not listen to hear. If you tell him he did something, he want to justify why he did it. He don't want to say, I take full responsibility on what I did. I apologize for what I did, and I'm gonna own what I did.
Now I do own it. It may take a day or two.
He's gonna own it 5 years later. He'll come to you and say, I apologize for when I did this last year, but the whole time I've already told Kevin, like, look, this is why it's wrong, because you be doing this and you don't listen. Just shut up. That's
I
it.
agree with you, Shay. When you said 5, I was actually going to say 10, but
All right, so yeah,
but he does.
I feel attacked.
No,
Someone
it's not
help
an
me, I feel
attack.
attacked.
It's an observation, and I think it's good. It's called growth. So
I think I've grown a lot though.
absolutely, you remember that
I-
conversation we had like a month and a half ago?
Yeah, I think I've grown
Yeah,
a lot, especially trying to be more emotionally available, because I do know I have this I don't like to call it a cutoff game, but I think that I have this thing where I can literally cut something off and not think about it. But it's a
Why have
defense
you
mechanism.
grown? Who has been beating the hell out of you in your brain?
right.
Jesus and Jesus alone.
You better stop playing with God.
No, I'm telling you,
Played
Jesus
with
has
last
been
time.
working with me.
Stop.
Jesus has been working with me. Let's see. Big Beach said everything may not warrant a response, but we must know our partners to know when to and not to respond. There are moments when one is punished for it because the issues that are layered. I agree. I think sometimes it's you pick and choose your battles. You know what I mean? That's just
agree.
it. It's you pick and choose your battles. So I'm gonna remember
Big
that.
Meat sound like he got some experience.
Yeah, he's yeah. I mean, because he's spot on, and so it's slow. Okay, slow to respond.
Nope.
Oh, quick to respond.
Just
Listen, I'm gonna give up, y'all. I don't
type
know.
it in next time and put it at the bottom of the screen.
Right, and I'm gonna put a sticky on here. So listen, we 8 minutes after. So, of course, this brings us to the end of the show, and I thank each and every last one of you guys. And again, I apologize for the technical issues that we experienced. Furthermore, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're on Facebook, be sure to share this live. If you're on YouTube, like, share, most importantly, subscribe, hit the bell so that you guys are notified with new content. As always, we like to leave the people with something. And so, First Lady, we want take us away. Hey, Auntie, how you doing?
For everybody being here tonight. We enjoy our guest. I hope he comes more often. You are awesome. So it's the holiday season. Don't spend what you don't have. And if you do spend what you don't have, make sure you got some way to replace it. Okay.
Hey. Go ahead, Shad. What can you leave the people with?
What can I leave the people with? Be yourself. Do not live to impress people.
Amen.
Don't force relationships. If they don't like you for who you are, they are the wrong person. It's not you. It's them. And happy holidays. Like she said, don't spend your money. If you ain't gonna have no money left over, it ain't worth it.
Hey, do what you do. Spend on
Great.
it.
Well, like Shay said, you only got one life, so just spend it all. No, I'm just kidding. I think what I want to say is just, be in touch with your emotions. Try not to let the past impact your future. Anybody new deserve a fair chance. Everybody's flawed at something, right? You're not going to meet a perfect person. And just just be emotionally available. But pay attention to the writings on the wall. Don't be a fool by by anything. But be emotionally available. Something that I'm working on, and I think a lot of people need to work on. If you've been in a lot of different situations, you tend to be emotionally unavailable. But listen, everybody is different. Every situation is different. Remember to live, laugh, love, enjoy the holidays, and we love you. We greatly appreciate you taking the time out to watch us, and that means a lot to me, and it means a lot to the panel. And
Yes,
for
thank
that,
you.
we're forever grateful. And I like having conversations, where we can pick each other brains and we can kind of feed off. Because I learn a lot from you guys, and I learn from people in the comments too. So, like Big Meech said, one flaws must be compatible too. So we love you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Until next time, we will see you. Okay. Be safe. Peace.